All right, well, welcome back, guys. Thursday, week 4, almost put this week in the books. Going by quick, it seems like. Sounds like we're going to be getting coming back to school next trimester unless something changes. From what I hear, it might be like a hybrid type situation where you're here a couple days a week or just part of the day each day. I'm not sure. I haven't heard really what's going on yet. They're still trying to figure all this stuff out. It's very confusing, and then plus we don't always know what the charts are going to read. So the county goes by charts, and it determines where Placer County is or Sac County. It determines where they are on the COVID spectrum and what options are open to them. So it's kind of a confusing thing, but hopefully we'll be back in school next trimester. That's what I'm hoping. Anyways, so what'd you guys think of that technology yesterday, the artificial intelligence beating the humans? Computer brains are getting better all the time. You guys have experienced AI before because you've played video games, and all the little monsters are in a form of artificial intelligence working against you. Usually they're kind of pre-programmed to make decisions, but what's it going to be when you're playing against a computer that actually thinks on its own and gets better constantly? Pretty soon, no one will even want to watch you guys playing video games. All those competitions and everything will just be run by computer versus computers. So crazy world. We don't know what that artificial intelligence means, but we do know it's probably going to be taking over a whole bunch of jobs. And we want to make sure that we are some of the people that are not having our jobs taken. Luckily, a lot of the things we do is very hands-on, and we'll probably be some of the last jobs to be replaced. But nevertheless, there's a robot looking for your job right now, and you want to make sure that you're always staying on the cutting edge of technology, making sure you're relevant and will always be able to find employment. Anyways, you should be. We'll all be in the cutting edge of technology, and we'll make sure that we're useful as all of this technology changes. That's one of the keys, is to keep adapting, keep changing. That's why I say, like, I like learning all this computer communication technology, because normally I would never do it. And since we're forced to through distance learning, it's given us all a lot of good skills. What else? So today's going to be kind of an easy day. We're going to start tools tomorrow. So I wanted to give us a chance to make sure that your process journal's in order. I know we've done quite a few assignments on it, and since I'm going to start grading next week, I figured I'd give you guys a chance to do it. So today is going to be kind of a review day where you get a chance to just work on your process journal. I want to show you something though, because okay, I think you can see that. So I put this in Otis, and I'll post it in chat too, just so you have a link to it. But you can get to it through Otis. It's in the library, and it's your process journal. What this is a direction sheet. And I'm gonna add a second one that I'm not quite ready to add yet, but I'm gonna show you what 100% one looks like as well. So for instance, let's just say you're wondering, hey, what do I have to have on my first page of the journal? So you go to this directions slide share, and you just look at it. What do I have for 1? It'll tell you exactly what to put on slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Okay, so let's just take a look at slide 1. It tells you you need to have your first and last name, you need to have your grade level, and you need to say what class you're in: electricity, electronics, engineering, fab, whatever you're in, and then you have to share it with Mr. A. So on my sample one over here, oops, that's not it. On my sample one, here's my first slide. Okay, this is a sample of what you're supposed to do. Now, we're in an IB school, so our grades are a little different, but this is what you would do if you wanted 100%. If you just followed the rules of what I told you, you'd probably get about a 6 on the scale. Okay, so we grade 1 through 8, and you would get probably a 6. Okay, that means it's like bare minimum. You did exactly what you needed to do, bare minimum. But if you want to get into the 7 and 8 categories, then basically what you need to do is be a master of the material. So for instance, on my slide, you can see not only did I put all the criteria there, I put everything that was needed, I also added some pictures, I changed the background, I made it look kind of interesting, so you're like, what is this thing talking about? I had it point my name right to that little robot flying the plane like I'm a little robot. And I just kind of change things around to make it look interesting. I want to go back and see if I can add some sound to it, but I haven't got a chance to do that yet. I'd love to have the Darth Vader song play as soon as you click into the slide. So what I'm trying to do is, this is showing a mastery of the material. So not only can I do what's required, I understand it, but I can take it and master it and manipulate it in such a way that shows you that, hey, I know this stuff backwards and forwards. And so if you're trying to go for that, the high level of grade, that 7 and 8, that's when you show you have a real mastery of the material, okay? So that would be not just sanding, but if you were sanding a project, you did all the corners, all the edges, you did it in all the right order, your sanding job came out perfectly, and you could explain it to me, like which sander you chose and why, okay? So we have these kind of things come up all the time in the shop, but if you can show a mastery of something, that's where you get the 7, the 7s and 8s, okay?
So basically clickbait.
Yeah, actually you could think of it like that. You want to make your stuff attractive so it makes people want to click on it. That's exactly right. You could easily say it like that. Okay, so again, here's the directions. I put this in Otis. I'll share the link in a second here. So if you're wondering like, hey, what do I need to have on slide 4? Just click on my slide 4. It'll tell you what you need to have on your slide 4. And I just made it super easy like that. It tells you like if you need to watch a certain video, it gives you the links to all those. And so it's all there for you, okay? Anyways, that's what we're gonna be doing today. You have all period to do it. Just try to get your process journal in great shape. I do wanna note though, there's 2 slides on the slideshow that we haven't done yet. That's for the miter saw. We're gonna start that tomorrow. So only do the slides that we've already talked about in class. You don't have to go ahead, okay? Let me stop sharing here. Okay, do we have any questions? Anyone wondering? Oh, let me post that link too real quick. Okay. Okay, there's the link of the slide show directions. Again, I did put it in Otis, so if you ever need it, it'll be there. Oh, I did want to remind you guys too. Remember, we've got a whole new schedule starting next week where we go to that new modified schedule. So I'm guessing a lot of teachers' Zoom links are going to change. I don't know that for a fact for every teacher, but for me, I did a new calendar and I'm going to share it in Otis, okay? But just so you know, we're going to use the old one up until next week, and then next week we'll have the new one in there. So I have to leave both right now, but next week I'm going to delete the old calendar. So just make sure to get the new calendar with all the information you need. Dylan, I do not understand binary. I am not good at reading it. Okay, so any questions from anyone? All you're doing today is finishing up your process journal, making sure it's perfect, because I'm grading it next week. So just get everything into that process journal you need to. And that's it for today. If you don't have any questions, you're free to go. Just make sure the process journal is perfect, and then I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Mr. A.
I'll see you later.